This video explains how to record transactions for a Shopify business, whether you're running a dropshipping model or managing your own inventory in QuickBooks Online. Typically, we rely on the totals from the Shopify Sales Over Time report, often grouped by week or a few days. However, the details behind each transaction can be unclear. This video series will walk you through common scenarios, helping Shopify business owners and bookkeepers accurately record journal entries in QuickBooks Online.
Hello guys, good day. Welcome back to my channel. I am Francis Labang, the remote office mate. This is the fifth video in a series of Shopify sales transactions in QuickBooks Online, and this is also the continuation from the previous video about PayPal. So come on, let's go directly to QuickBooks Online. Now we are in QuickBooks Online, which I already divide the screen. And from the previous video, we left this balance sheet. We only have the cash, and here in the liability and equity we have a net income of 17,000. So same thing here with uh, profit and loss. We have now the three items: the PayPal, Shopify, and Stripes. So as you can see here, in the cost of goods sold, we don't have it yet, the cost of goods sold for PayPal. So that's today's video. We will record the cost of sales of this PayPal. So let's open this one and let's copy this one and put it here. Let's make a chart of account. There you have it. This is the cost. This is the sales that we record for PayPal. You can see all PayPal. So come on, let's start book this cost of sales. This part is the customer, and this part is the supplier or the vendor. So first, let's book this one for the sales of this one, 6,000. No, for the sale of 500. So let's go to chart of account. Let's check first the COGS. So we don't have any PayPal yet here. So click new, then COGS, then PayPal. And here is cost of sale. And here supplies and materials. Click here. You can see it's cost of goods sold. There you have it. This one. Now we have the PayPal here. So save. Now we will record the cost of goods sold for this 500. So let's move this here. This is to guide us. So click here, bill. Then let's say the supplier is still, we have one supplier, online supplier. Then let's check the date. So this one is January 13. And here, let's change this to PayPal. And the amount is 250. So before we save, uh, let's open two tabs. One, and for the supplier or vendor, this one. So here, we will click AP aging details, this one. And here is this one, supplier online. So 0, and here we don't have line items. So now let's book this one or pause this one, save and close. Now let's go here. We will have here the accounts payable, this one, the 250. Refresh, and here we have additional line items of cost of goods sold for PayPal. Refresh, here we have line items, one line item. Refresh, and here we have open items and overdue of 250. Let's go down. There you have it, 250 accounts payable. Here in the profit and loss, you have it also here, the 250 PayPal. And here we have line items. We have one line items which is open, not yet have no much. And here we have one open items because of this one, and overdue as well. So now we are going to pay that. We are going to pay the vendor or the supplier. So click here, pay bill. So this one, and then check. There you have it. Uh, Save and close. Oops, we forgot the date. Sorry, we forgot the date. The date should be uh, January 13. So save and close. Yes. So this one will become 0, and this one will be less 250. Refresh. Nothing happened here because the transactions is more on the balance sheet. So here, this will become 0 line items. Refresh, and here these two amount will become 0. Let's go to balance sheet. There you have it. And the accounts payable, we already have 0 accounts payable. If we click it here, we can see the payment of 250. January 13. This one. And here in the profit and loss, nothing happened there. There you have it. Here in the AP aging, no more line items. And here, it's already zero. So next is the cost of goods sold for this 600, which is the 300. So let's go here, click new, then bill. And then supplier, the date is 14. This is not always the case that the date of sale and the date of bills are the same. So let's change the amount into 300. Then save and close. Refresh. And here, this one will become 550. Refresh. Here we have here we will have one line item again, and here will reflect the 300. Refresh. Let's go back to balance sheet. Let's go down, and there you all go. Here we go, the 300, and here the profit and loss become 300. There you go, the 550. If we click it here, where is it? We can view the truth. We can view the two transactions, the 250 and the 300. There you have it. Let's go back. And here we have new line items. We forgot to refresh. There you have it, the 300. One open items and the overdue of 300. And here is the open items of 300. So let's go here again. So this was refund. The 600 was refund, and now let's make a scenario also for the supplier or the vendor. We pay the supplier and the supplier refund us. Let's go here. First, we will book the payment. Pay bill. There you have it, the 300, and save. This will become 0, and this will become 16,564. Refresh, and here nothing happened here, and this will become no longer line items. Refresh, and these two amounts will become 0 as well. So let's go back to balance sheet. There you have it, 16,564, and the accounts payable is already 0. Nothing happened here. Here in AP aging, no more line items, and here in the vendor is also 0. So now let's record the refund. The customer returned the items, and we also return to the supplier, and the supplier refund us. So click here, supplier credit or vendor credit. So Supplier online, same thing, the date 14. So COGS, cost of goods sold, this is PayPal, and the amount is 300. So let's save and close. Now here we will going to have a negative accounts payable. Refresh, and here this will become 250 again. Refresh, here we're going to have an open items again. Refresh, and here we're going to have an open items or overdue for negative items for 400 for 300. I think this one here. Refresh. So let's go to balance sheet. There you have it. This one, accounts payable negative, and here it went back to 250. If we open it, we can see now the vendor's credit, this one. So it becomes 0, and this one is 250. So let's go back, and here we're going to have a credit, a vendor credit of 300, and here as well. So now let's record the refund of supplier or the vendor. Let's go here, then deposit, bank deposit. So here, Citibank, then here is the name of the supplier, and here is accounts payable, and the amount of 300. So let's save and close. Here this will be added, this will become 16,864. Refresh. Here nothing happened here. Here we're going to have two line items. Refresh, and here we're going to have an overdue of 300. I'm not sure. Let's just refresh this one. Let's go back to balance sheet. Yes, we have now the 16,664. And here, and we already cleared immediately the accounts payable here. So here nothing happened here. And here we have two line items. One is the deposit, one is the vendor credit. And here we have an overdue of 300. So this one, these two amounts are matched. So we will match this one by going to click new and expense. So supplier, there you have it. Just add this one here. So this amount is the deposit of the supplier, and this amount is the return of the inventory to the supplier. So let's match this one. So we have it here already 0. If we uncheck this one, we have 300. To make this 0, check this one and save and close. Let's go back here in the AP aging. This will become 0 and no more line items anymore. Refresh. That transaction has nothing to do with here. Same thing with here. And this one will become 0. So let's go to AP aging. As you can see, no more line items. Here in the vendor, it's already 0. So next, for this 700, so let's just say the cost of goods sold of this 700 is 400. So let's go here and click new and bill. Same supplier, then COGS, and this is 400. The date, 15. Then save and close. Now here we're going to have another accounts payable of 400. Refresh, and here this will become 650. Refresh. Here we're going to have a one line items for 400, and here 400 as well. Let's go to balance sheet. There you go. We have now the 400 here in the profit and loss. The 650. Let's click here. There you have it. This is the 400, and this is the credit vendor's credit. And here we're going to have the one line items, and here the 400. So let's go here. Let's just say that this 400 was returned by the customer, and we haven't paid yet the vendor or the supplier. So let's go here and let's just make the uh, vendor credit. So click here, vendor online, COGS, cost of goods sold, PayPal, and the amount is 400. Then save and close. I made an error because this is a credit card. Cancel this one. Yes. Let's go back here, and this is vendor credit. So here, that's supplier. Then here is the cost of goods sold, PayPal, and this one is 400. Save and close. There you have it. Now here, this will become 0. Refresh, and here we have a negative items of 300 that will match it here. Refresh, and here we have two line items, a -1, and refresh, and here refresh as well. Let's go back to balance sheet. Let's go down. There you have it. The accounts payable is now 0, and here in the profit and loss it become 250 again. Let's click here. There you have it. And then here we have two line items. They are matched. We will make this 0, and here is only the overdue amount. So once again, let's go to expense, click here, then here is the supplier. There you have it, 0. You will click this one. So this is the bill and this is the credit, vendor credit, and the net amount is 0. So let's save and close. And now this one, nothing happened here. Here, no more line items. And here, this will become 0. There you go. It's already 0. And here, no more line items. So next, we will record the cost of goods sold for this 1,000. Let's just say that this 1,000 revenue is just a normal transactions. So let's click here, bill, supplier, the date is 16, cost of goods sold, let's say 500, then save and close. Now we will going to have here 500, refresh, and here we're going to have also 500 here, refresh, same thing with here, we're going to have one line items, here we are going to have also one line item, one open item, so 500, same thing with overdue 500. Refresh. Let's go to balance sheet. Let's go down. There you have it, the 500. Here in the profit and loss becomes 750. We click it here. There you have it, this 500. And here the 500. And here the 500. And we're going to pay the supplier. Click here, pay bill. Uh, then click here, 500, save and close. Here, this one will become 0, and here, this will become 16,364. Refresh. This, nothing happened here. Here will become no longer open items, and here, these two amounts will become 0. Refresh. Let's go back to balance sheet. There you have it. Becomes 16,364 and the accounts payable is 0. Let's check. Let's look for that 500. January 17. There you go. This one. This one. It's 16. Okay. Number 6. And then here, nothing happened here. No more line items. Here becomes 0. So now let's make another scenario. The customer returned the items and we already paid that items to the vendor. and the vendor won't accept the return items. So we're going to record that items as an inventory. So first, let's record the cost of goods sold. Since we no longer have any items to make an example, let's just make another one. So click here and then bill. Let's record the cost of goods sold. So supplier, let's just say that this is 17, and then cost of goods sold, let's just say 700. The cost of goods sold is 700. Then save and close, and save and close. Let's delete this one. We no longer need that one. So here in the balance sheet, let's refresh, and here refresh, and here refresh, and here refresh as well. And here, let's sales, product and services. So we are now in balance sheet. Let's go down. We have it here na 700, and here in the profit and loss, let's click here to see the transactions of that 700. There you have it, this one, 700. Here we have one item, 700, and here as well is the 700. Now let's going to pay the 700. Let's click here, pay bill again, click here, then save and close. So this one will become 0, refresh, nothing happened here, no more line items, refresh, and here these two amounts will become 0. Now let's go to balance sheet. So now let's go down. We are now in balance sheet. No more accounts payable, nothing happened here, and here no more line items, and here we have 0. Now let's record the return items, and also the vendor won't accept the return. So let's go here, click here, then vendor's credit. Let's record first the return items from the customer. Click here, vendor, then here the cost of goods sold. PayPal 700. This is to match this one. This will become 0. This credit notes. Save and close. Then here we're going to have negative accounts payable. Refresh. We're going to have negative here to match this one bill. And then here we have one items negative as well. And here we have open items of negative. So there you have it. We have negative accounts payable. And here, so let's go here. There you have it, the vendor's credit. negative, and here we have negative 1 items, and here as well the negative. So now let's record the inventory that the customer returned to us, and so vendor won't accept that return. So we're going to record that as an inventory. So click here, bill, then supplier. Let's delete this one because this is for non-inventory or expenses. Let's delete this one. There you have it. Then here we will record the inventory. Add new. So this is an inventory items. Let's just say the name of the inventory is inventory. Inventory. Then zero. Inventory. And this one is sales of product. This one is let's just say cost of goods sold. So save and close. So the amount is 700. So if we're gonna post this one or save this one, we're gonna have a one line item here for inventory. Nothing happened here. And this one has a match already for 700. And this one also. And here we're gonna have, let's click this one. We're gonna have one item here for that inventory. This one. We just record this one. As of now, we haven't saved this one. Once we save this one, it will reflect here as one item. So save and close. Here in the balance sheet, refresh. Nothing happened here. It will, yeah, nothing happened here. Then here, refresh, refresh, and here, refresh as well. Let's go back to balance sheet. There you have it. We have now the line items for inventory. 700. Let's check the accounts payable. It's no longer there. Accounts payable is 0. Let's just refresh this one. And then here, we have two items. One is the vendor credit and one is the bill. And here is the overdue. So to make this 0 and this one, let's go here. These are match. Go here, click new, then expense. And here in the profit and loss, same, nothing happened here. And here in the product and services, so here we have one items. We record it in the bill of the return items, which the vendor won't accept the return. So here we have the balance sheet, and here we're gonna match this one, and this one will become 0. Let's go back to expense, and here the supplier. There you have it. Just add it. This is the bill where we record the inventory, and this is the return vendor credit. We have 700. To make this 0, click here and save and close. So that's transaction. Won't affect here. Same thing with here, only here and also here. So refresh and refresh. This will become 0, and here, as you can see, no more line items, and here already is 0 for the vendor, online vendor, on their supplier. So everything is clean. Here in aging, no more line items, the profit and loss, and the balance sheet. So that's it for today's video. That's how I strategize to record sales transactions of Shopify in QuickBooks Online, and also the cost of goods sold, and also the inventory return. If you learned something from it, kindly subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos. And also kindly do some comments. And thanks for watching, and see you on the next video. Goodbye.